All right, greetings to you wherever you are seeing me from. There is something I want to consider. There are two posts I made, two different posts I made on this particular page. I want to consider it on this very video right now. Number one, I made a post concerning ideal versus media marriage. Ideal marriage, that is supposed idea of marriage versus media marriage. Then I made another post concerning emotional breakup versus physical breakup. So let me put them together. Number one, why today you see a lot of sudden breakup. Point number one, when you are talking about ideal marriage versus media marriage, ideal marriage is what marriage should look like, what marriage is supposed to be, okay? The natural nature of marriage, and which has to do with decency in everything, both dressing, both vocal, that is speech, decency, all round decency, right? That is ideal supposed marriage. But when you talk about social media marriage, is a marriage that has to do with showing off, a husband posting wife, wife posting husband. I'm not trying to dispute that you need to celebrate someone you love, maybe publicly sometime. But there are people who are now taking it as, as a bedrock, as a hallmark of their love. That is to say, when a man or a woman is busy posting everything about his or her spouse, it means that the person loves that person so much. I'm still going to come to that as a different topic. But now, media marriage is all about flaunting pictures, videos, taking selfies, going around doing all kind of things, but at the same time destroying that relation. Why? Because a time will come when all those activities will become a kind of backfiring their situation. Why? Because when they begin to have one misunderstanding or the other, those things they post before now are the place people are going to lay their hands to talk a lot of things, to say a lot of things about them. Yes. So if you are the type who are living a social media marital life, if you wish, not by force, I'm just giving out suggestions or contribution, I will advise you begin to withdraw. You flaunt your husband, you flaunt your wife, you flaunt everything. It's good if you are doing that for imparting life. It's good if you are doing that for a certain business promotion. It's good if you are doing that maybe as a page owner or as as an influencer, that you have a positive target. But if you are just doing it maybe for show off reasons or maybe for intimidating reasons and all that, then I will advise you to start withdrawing, because a whole lot of stories that we are hearing in marriages and families today are based on the things people saw them doing on the media. That is one. So that is all about media marriage. Then ideal marriage is that marriage that has focus, is that marriage that is seriously working presently to attain and assess and harness a wonderful future for themselves. That ideal marriage is that one that you may not literally see everything about them on the media, but they are making waves offline. They are doing well offline. So it's very important for you and I to come to realize and analyze ideal marriage. Suppose ideal marriage versus media marriage. Then as a matter of fact, there is all kinds of sudden breakup today. I wrote it, I said emotional breakup versus physical breakup. And I said I will explain later why so many sudden separation. Now hear this. Emotional state determines connection or separation. Emotional state determines either separation or connection. That to say, if you are emotionally stable positively, there will be strong connection. Emotions determines connection or separation. Emotion determines connection or separation. So why you are seeing all kinds of sudden breakup today in marriages is because long ago they have broken up emotionally. And when there is emotional breakup, there's a tendency that one day it must result to physical breakup. I don't know if you are going to grab a point from this video, but I know I'm making a point to someone out there. So if you don't want to have a sudden separation, that is a sudden physical breakup, you should endeavor to handle your emotional connection, because if your emotional connection is not healthy, then physical breakup is inevitable. I repeat, if your emotional connections is not stable, physical separation is inevitable. Yes, that is what you should know concerning this point. First of all, let me make a recap now. Media marriage versus ideal marriage. Consider both and know the one you are into now. If you already married, if you are not yet married, begin to consider the one you want to have in the future. Secondly, emotional breakup versus physical breakup. You have to understand that your emotional state has a lot to do with your life, with your connection in your marriage and in your relationship. So do well enough to help me to share this video. Let us see what people can say, what people can learn from this video. I don't know the one you are practicing now, maybe as a young girl or maybe as a married person. I don't know your state. I don't know what exactly that you are seeing around in your marriage, in your relationship. But the tendency remains that in every marriage, there is a challenge. In every relationship, there is misunderstanding that may come up at some point. It's left for you and your partner to handle it very, very well. That settles it. Thank you for coming around. I want to believe that there's something you learn from this particular video and you are going to share it. Kindly share it. Thank you so much.